Warm welcome to all our viewers on today's our podcast with Dr. Kalyani Patil. आज हम जिस टॉपिक को ले रहे हैं, I don't think anybody has been spared by that, and those are allergies and specifically respiratory allergies. Right from your common cold, cough, sinus, asthma, ये सभी ailments के बारे में हम आज डॉक्टर से जानेंगे. And how homeopathy works on these ailments is what we will focus on. Personally, I have experienced homeopathy and it is a miraculous science. And आज हम समझेंगे मैम से कि how it can work on the smallest of the diseases and the biggest of the diseases as well. So before we start introducing our guest speaker, I will just give you a brief about Naturefit. Naturefit एक आयुष प्लेटफॉर्म है जहां हम सभी आयुष प्रैक्टिशनर्स और डॉक्टर्स को आपके साथ जोड़ते हैं. आप उनसे कंसल्टेशन कर सकते हैं. आप यहाँ पर सभी आयुष प्रोडक्ट्स भी खरीद सकते हैं और कुछ हेल्थ टूल से अपने हेल्थ एनालिसिस भी कर सकते हैं. ये एक मोबाइल ऐप की तरह अवेलेबल है एंड इवन एज अ वेबसाइट. So now going back to our guest speaker, Dr. Kalyani Patil is a homeopathic practitioner and art therapist and practicing for 20 years. She has worked as a research fellow on homeopathic research projects run by M.L. Dhavle Rural Homeopathic Hospital in Palghar. She practices in New Panvel. She has managed cases of arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, spondylitis, hypertension, thyroid problems, diabetes, allergies, eczema, psoriasis, kidney stones, and many, many more such diseases successfully. So a very warm welcome to you, Dr. Kalyani. आज के हमारे जो topic है, and I personally have been a sinus patient for many, many years. Almost 20 years तक मैं modern medicine पे dependent थी. And then I kind of, discovered homeopathy, yoga, last 3 years back, and that is when I could actually get rid of my almost daily medication and asthma pumps and whatnot. So usi, and आप believe नहीं करेंगे कि Naturefit has been started as a payback to get more and more people to start accessing and understanding these therapies. तो इसलिए ये टॉपिक
इनिशिएटिव मैम
तो ये टॉपिक काफी क्लोज है मेरे हार्ट से, एंड बीइंग अ पेशेंट माई सेल्फ. So let's go to the first question. How come cough, cold and fever so common?
Yeah. First of all, good evening, everybody, and thank you very much, Chavnit ma'am, for this platform. And I will answer your question. See, all these ailments which we are talking about, like cough, cold, and sinus and asthma, all these things are happen due to viral infections, and the most prevalent virus is the rhinovirus, and which is prevalent in colder atmosphere. That's why all these ailments are more common in monsoon and weather changes. Yeah, and people do get wet due to rains. अभी तो इतना बारिश चल रहा है तो लोग भीग जाते हैं, या फिर एटलीस्ट एंड उनका पूरा दिन एसी में जाता है, तो वो जो कोल्ड एटमॉस्फेयर रहता है, गीले कपड़ों में रहना, ऑल दिस थिंग्स, एंड देयर इज डेज टुगेदर धूप नहीं आती है, फिर कपड़े भी धूप छाव में ही सूखते हैं, तो द क्लोथ्स आल्सो कैरी डैम्पनेस, एंड ऑल दीज थिंग्स दे लाइक वायरस के ग्रोथ के लिए ऑल दीज थिंग्स हेल्प, एंड दैट्स व्हाई ऑल दीज थिंग्स वी कैन एक्सपीरियंस मोर इन मानसून सीजन.
Right, definitely, because जैसे ही मानसून आता है, that's why I think sunlight हमारे लिए बहुत जरूरी है, and we are blessed being in India that हम लोगों को इतनी sunlight, I think हम लोग कोई value नहीं समझते और में घुस जाते हैं, but बहुत important है ये हमारे लिए. Okay, so going forward, so now I think the viewers understand कि ये एक वायरस है जो जैसे बोलते हैं ना, नमी में पनपता है और उसकी वजह से ये ज्यादा मानसून्स में हमें होता है. What are the basic precautions one can take to prevent these allergies?
Okay, see, जब भी आप गीले होके बाहर से या बारिश में भीग के घर में आते हैं, तो फर्स्ट टेक अ वार्म वाटर बाथ, so that it will balance your temperature regulation system of your body. So the body temperature will rise slightly, so that it will not give a chance to flourish the viruses. Then you can also take warm water gargles if you feel like, or you can take steam inhalation also if you feel like, oh, sardi ho jayegi, या फिर I am developing some kind of irritation in your throat.
Right.
You can do all these things as a precautionary method. And do take vitamin D supplements if you are not going out in sun, because vitamin D plays a more important role in developing your immunity.
Right. Okay. So these are like small things that we should follow. And okay, now the main thing, which homeopathic principles are applicable to treat these allergies, and how is it different from the conventional medicine?
Okay. Homeopathy has a very different outlook for these ailments, because in homeopathy we give the similar medicines. Like जो मेडिसिन देने के बाद आपको सिमिलर कंप्लेंट्स होंगे, वही मेडिसिन हम चूज करते हैं. एंड actually it is a way more personalized way of choosing the medicine for anybody, because if four people comes to me for complaints of cold or cough, then I will not give the same medicine to everybody. I will ask more questions, like किसी किसी का कफिंग है ना, वो लाइन डाउन पोजीशन में ही होता है. किसी किसी का when you first lie down they get cough but later they settle down. किसी किसी का खाली खाते वक्त आता है, किसी किसी का बात करते वक्त आता है. So I will choose different medicine for all these four peoples. So that is in more individualistic approach is there in homeopathy. We study, we take all these like how is your thirst during this cough and cold, since when you are having this problem, and what are the changes in your appetite, your thirst. Do you feeling like chilly, or do you get hot, like you want fan or you want AC? Because किसी किसी को ठंडी लगती है during fever, किसी किसी को नहीं लगती है, they feel so hot. So my medicine will differ according to their symptoms. It's not like depending on diagnosis, it will change according to that person, because we treat the person, not the disease.
Right.
Holistic approach.
Right. So I think that's the most, that is what actually fascinated me also personally, कि कितना कुछ हम समझते हैं पहले पेशेंट के बारे में, right from not, जैसे आपने बोला कि thirst, and right from the body language, the stress levels, the family history. And
Yes.
I have personally, when I went to a homeopathic doctor, I was like spending almost 30 minutes just filling the form. So
Yes.
now, and when I started the platform, I understood कि ये इसीलिए क्यों इतना अच्छा results भी देगा, because आपने सारे चीजों को समझा है, और जो possible reasons हो सकते हैं उसी के हिसाब से आपने उनको medication दिया है. So
Yes.
I think that is.
I will just add a little bit, like for acute medicine, like there is a misconception that once you go to a homeopath, it's a chronic treatment also, and homeopathy is only for chronic diseases. It's not like that. For acute cough, cold, and fever, we give the acute medicine only for that particular episode. But to remove that tendency of getting cold every time you get season change, or some people get cold whenever they go to AC to non-AC, that changes are there in a car or office, then they get cold. Or some people, they have like ice cream khaya, throat infection hua, so they have developed that particular tendency because their immunity is low. That's why they are getting that symptom. Not everybody else is getting. So we focus on strengthening the immunity. So for that particular episode, we give acute medicine. But after that episode, we give a medicine which you call like for 30 minutes to 45 minutes interview. We take all the detailed history and choose a medicine for you. That is a personalized medicine for you, and that will increase your immunity. So that you will not get the recurrent attacks of cough, cold. And that's why it is very effective in asthma and bronchitis also.
Right. Absolutely, because जैसे बोलते हैं ना, आप जड़ से निकाल देते हैं.
Yes.
और पहले जैसे आपने बताया कि जो एक्यूट को आप एक्यूट के लिए ट्रीटमेंट देके, एंड इंश्योरिंग दैट द इम्यूनिटी इज बिल्ड, ताकि वो दोबारा ना आए. So I think these therapies work so beautifully.
Yes.
And I think people need to be patient. आजकल लोग मॉडर्न मेडिसिन पूरी लाइफ खाने के लिए तैयार है, बट ये चीजें थोड़ा टाइम के लिए भी यूज करने के लिए. So that's so that's also our effort to take maximum people should know the actual benefits and the way these things work. Now,
Means I will just add one more thing.
yes, please,
Like
please.
DNS means naak ka haddi badna. It's very common nowadays,
Right.
and people use, like for kids also, they use drops, nasal drops to avoid this complaint. But that is a very local treatment. But the real cause behind that, I will say, like whenever the people who are allergic, you are having an allergic cold, they develop, वो नाक में हमेशा गीला रहता है, and that's why the nasal turbinates, like in common language we can call the nasal filter, air filters are there in your nose, they get swollen, and that's why there is obstruction in your nose. So just removing that part with the surgery is not a solution, because again after some period of time you will develop the same complaint, because the root cause, which is the allergy towards like developing allergic cold, is not treated. So in homeopathy we are differ here, like we give the medicine to reduce that swelling for that swollen air filters. At the same time, we give a medicine to improve the immunity so that you will not become allergy prone for getting common cold. That's why all the causes are removed and
And
you're
then,
free from
yes.
everything.
Yeah, I think that's excellent, and we can save so much of cutting and all that in our body by just working on the root cause. So I think the next thing many people might be interested are what are their home remedies one can rely on to cure these allergies. Yeah.
Yes, simple. For cold and sinusitis, you can take steam inhalation, plain water. Steam inhalation करना है, उससे जो भी sinus, what is sinus? All these are empty spaces in your face. That is for your protection. जब भी सर्दी बाहर नहीं आती है, वो जम जाती है, तो ये पूरे spaces में जमा हो जाती है. Then you develop tooth pain, and you develop headache. So just take steam inhalation. It will just liquidify, and it will come out, and you will feel relaxed immediately. As well as you can take warm water gargles for throat pain.
Mm-hmm.
You can have ginger cinnamon wala chai or
Right.
haldi doodh, that is ancient remedy.
Ancient remedy, I know. And that's where these things which were like very common pehle, abhi unko ek, now people are making turmeric latte and
Yeah.
people want that.
We
But
take.
यही हम लोग के हल्दी दूध जो
Yes.
हमारे दादी परदादी लोग बताते आए
Yeah.
हैं वो हमें समझ में
Yeah.
नहीं
Even
आता था.
chewing a tulsi leaf
Right.
daily, that also is a very good remedy.
Right. So our pharmacy is in our kitchen. So I
Yeah.
think that's where, like why on Naturefit we have other therapies also, because some of them talk about more of preventive also. And like what you are saying is all preventive. Like
Yes.
अगर हम ये रेगुलरली भी करते रहे, हमारा प्रॉब्लम क्या होता है, जैसे बीमार होंगे ये चीजें करेंगे, जैसे ठीक हो जाएंगे फिर वो छोड़ देते हैं. तो कुछ कुछ चीजें आई थिंक वी कैन कंटिन्यू टू डू एंड मेक इट अ पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफस्टाइल एज वेल.
Yes.
So yeah. So thank you so much, ma'am. I think ये एक बहुत ही ना ऐसा कॉमन लोगों को ये चीज होती ही है, एलर्जीज ही होती है. लोग होते हैं ना, छोटी सी भी चीज होती है तो वो भागते सर्जरीज पे या मेडिकेशंस पे. Whereas, as you rightly said, कि understanding the root cause, क्यों आपको हो रहा है, हर एक का पर्सनलाइज्ड ट्रीटमेंट जो आप देते हैं, I think that's something which is really what people need to save them to go and have medication again and again. So thank you so much. And for our viewers, you can consult with Dr. Kalyani. She is based out of New Panvel in Bombay. तो अगर आप क्लिनिक जाना चाहते हैं, अगर आप बॉम्बे में हैं तो उनसे कंसल्टेशन कर सकते हैं, और नहीं तो आप ऑनलाइन भी उनसे कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. उनका प्रोफाइल and उनकी details and booking appointment link is given in the description, so you can get in touch with her. So thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much for your time. Yeah, and thank you.
Thank you very much.